So there's already talk about a new Monster Hunter game after Monster Hunter Rise, and that's already a good thing. Like I'm okay with that. Like I enjoy Monster Hunter Rise and Sunbreak, and it's a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. I do enjoy it, all that good stuff. Now, where my problem's coming in with this whole idea is, like, you may not see it here yet, but you can kind of guess just from like some of the lingo that's here. They're like, hey, it's gonna have 100 monsters on launch. Okay, cool, but Monster Hunter has a habit of like having a stupid amount of variant monsters. What they'll say, and they'll count that as a whole nother monster. It's like, okay, yes, I know that Nargacuga's green, but it's not really any different. And then there's the battle pass system, it says in there. Or sorry, not the battle pass, a season system or whatever. I can't read right now, my glasses are off. I had some really bad smudges I need to take care of. Yeah, the battle pass system and instead of expansions. So something I've really enjoyed about the whole Monster Hunter system is that they were really good about just giving you a lot of free content that you were just given. And the content was there if you played or not. So like right now I haven't played Rise in a bit. DLC 3 is still coming out. And whether or not I play it next week, next month, next year, that DLC is still there. I never paid for it. Nothing. Just downloaded. It's considered an update. I'm good to go. Monster Hunter World added so much content. Iceborne, especially, so much content post-release, and then Rise still had quite a bit. And then that's not including their events that they did, like crossovers with Assassin's Creed and all this other stuff that you could just do. Them doing a battle pass system means I only get to keep what I earned during that battle pass time. This is not me talking about the worst thing. This is just me building into it. Like, I do have faith that the developers of Monster Hunter will be fair, but they've also been under a lot of scrutiny lately, especially with their fans, because they released for the first time ever a paid-for DLC add-on content for a set of weapons that you could only get that way. Not like, hey, it's difficult grind, it's difficult boss, but you can get it, or you can pay for it. No. In this case, it was the only way to get the code armor or the code weapon pieces was to pay for it. It was, and mind you, it's just a skin. It's just a skin, so it's not it doesn't affect the way you play. But with the battle pass system, I can't guarantee it's going to stay that way. Like, yeah, Overwatch 2, it's all cosmetic. Like, the only difference between you buying having the regular battle pass and the premium that is kind of performance enhancing is maybe one, the new character you get, which you get them in both anyway. One, you just get earlier, and two, you get like a 10%, 20% boost in your XP you get, so you get through the battle pass quicker. But the rest is purely cosmetic, or meant to be cosmetic. It wouldn't be the first time we've seen like a competitive game where all of a sudden, although they didn't intend it to, there is a cosmetic piece that gives somebody an unfair advantage. Like in Fortnite, there was actually a Spider-Man skin where it came with a custom emote that came with it, and the emote was you hung upside down, and because of the way it hung you upside down, it didn't make you invisible. It just made you less likely to be noticed because you were in a position most people wouldn't be looking for another Fortnite player. So it gave some people an unfair advantage during its run, as an example. No, but it's whatever. That's Fortnite. No one cares. So I said all that part to get to this. We have this part. It's not in that story. It's in this story. Call of Duty mobile developer is currently creating a new Monster Hunter game. So it's currently looking like it's also people who did Pokemon Unite. So it's looking like we're going to be getting a Monster Hunter phone game. I'm going to say this again. Looks like we're going to get a Monster Hunter phone game. It seems like they're trying to run backwards. So I'm saying this with all the love and respect for the Monster Hunter team, but they made the PlayStation World game, and it was designed to be a console game. So they put as much effort into graphics and gameplay as they could, with as much technology behind it as they could. Then they go to make it a Switch, which is still technically a console, but we'll deal with that. But it's a portable console, so they had to scale back a lot of things. Rise does look good. It does look good, but you can't help but play Rise, even on PC, and go, this is scaled back, so everything works also on the Switch. I don't like that. I really don't like that. If they want to go that route, they should make it for computer, PlayStation, and Xbox, and then make a separate game that can only be released on the Switch. Now they're like, hey, we're going to put it on the phone. So even if it gets a console PC port, it's still going to be a phone game running on the computer, and it's going to be shit. No matter if you upscale the resolution, it's going to be the gameplay mechanics. Because in like World, almost every monster can get its tail cut off. Almost every monster had more signs of visible battle damage. Like you can look at the Nergigante fight, where you just see like its scales breaking off and stuff like that. Rise, the future game, the game that has had more work put into it, like some monsters get their tail cut off. Iceborne had a whole monster that had two phases. One was where it's just covered in rock, and you break it off, and then it gets to its second phase. Nothing like that in this one. The closest you get is the final boss in Sunbreak. You beat the shit out of him, then he falls down a cliff, then you get down there, and he looks different. Okay. Like, nothing against them. I'm not a game developer, so I don't know all the stuff that they have to do in the background. But I really feel like this is Capcom not being that smart about this. They ain't doing the big brain stuff. They know do the big brain stuff.